What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now Plus. I'm Alex, and in this video, I had a fun one for you guys. I want to talk about something I think a little funny. Hideo Kojima not liking the name Director's Cut. So this happened earlier this morning. He kind of took to Twitter and talked about, in his opinion, the differences between movie director's cuts and then a game. And so I'm going to read off what he said, but I also want to talk about my own opinions to it, because I did find it funny. And by the way, I'm not blaming Hideo for this at all. And honestly, I don't think fans should be all that mad about the name, which I have seen people be pretty upset about. I don't think that's necessary, but again, let's just read through his tweet. So he said, a director's cut in a movie is an additional edit to a shortened version that was either released reluctantly because the director did not have the rights to edit it, or because the running time had to be shortened. In the game, it's not what was cut, but what was additionally produced that was included. Director's plus, question mark. So in my opinion, I don't like to call it director's cut. Now, again, I think this is to the backlash that when a lot of people saw the game, well, there was a lot of jokes online, and as long as they were jokes, I think it's fine. The whole, we really needed this because it's like, I can't believe Kojima Productions didn't let Hideo Kojima put, like, his vision all the way into Death Stranding. So, like, I get why it sounds bad. I totally understand it, because kind of like how he said, when you talk about it for a movie, it implies basically the creative team behind the project not having their full vision come out, right? When you have the Snyder cut, it was because the original version was not actually what Zack Snyder wanted, right? So when you look at, say, a Death Stranding director's cut, you're like, wait, so Hideo Kojima didn't get his way in the first one, and then you're like, well, no, he did. He got everything he wanted. It was literally his studio that he built from the ground up. So, again, I saw people kind of jokingly making fun of that, but if there was anybody that was, like, seriously attacking anybody for that, they should really just go in a corner and just never come out. It's really laughable and kind of pathetic. Again, I get it. I understand, like, it's a stupid name, and as I've said, I actually had a talk with this, talk about this with my cousin, where it's like, I actually prefer what Mass Effect did. I think Legendary Edition actually sounds awesome, considering I accidentally once called the Mass Effect trilogy Legendary. I was saying it to somebody, and I was like, oh yeah, that's literally a legendary trilogy. It's like I accidentally said those words, and it's very powerful. It, again, doesn't imply you're gonna get anything, brand new. It's just like, yeah, it's a legend. It's literally a legend trilogy. So I like that. Game of the Year edition, I've never really liked it when games do that, when, like, it's kind of subjective who gets Game of the Year. I know there's technically the gaming awards, but I don't think many people honestly go based off of them, right? So there's not too many, or like the definitive cut or definitive edition, stuff like that. Definitive doesn't sound very, like, I don't know, flashy. It doesn't sound very good. So in terms of, so again, like, I've had this discussion before with my cousin, I actually like how Director's Cut sounds. It's just the worst name you could ever use for a game, because actually literally what Hideo Kojima said, it's not the same thing as saying it for a movie. There's a reason why a director's cut does sound good, but it really only works in the movie industry. It doesn't work in the gaming, because again, people kind of just assume you got your way. You figured it all out. So I don't think Director's Plus sounds good. I actually think that sounds kind of awful. So let's just never say that again in our lives, right? Director's Cut is fine, but it's just kind of funny that Hideo was taking, to the internet. I get what he's doing, and it's only if people were, like, actually going after him. Because I will say, I didn't see much of it, but I'm pretty sure I also did see a very small amount of people being like, I think when it first happened, when they did, it was at Jeff Keighley's Summer Game Fest, right? When they did the trailer, and it maybe teased Metal Gear, maybe teased nothing, we don't know yet, at least, right? But when they did that, and it said director's cut, I think a lot of people did kind of go after Kojima's, like, ego, like, oh, he's so full of himself that he would do something like that. I actually said when that happened that I think that's just the way that the games are going to go. I think that's going to be, like, the new name instead of Game of the Year edition. Instead of Definitive Edition, I think Director's Cut is going to be the new name. At least it seems like it's the new name for PlayStation because, final thing, Ghost of Tsushima, right? Ghost of Tsushima is also the director's cut. Again, I think the name sounds cool. I think it works with, I think it just flows kind of well. But again, did Sucker Punch not get its way? No, it's just maybe Sony saw, what was happening in the movie industry and they liked it. The way Kojima talks about it, though, does make it sound like it's a Sony decision, not a him decision, you know what I mean? Otherwise, he would have called it something else. So that's pretty interesting that maybe they don't even get the final say in their own game title. You know what I mean? So that's a little interesting. But again, it seems like it's a Sony only thing because we just had Mass Effect. But again, the way Mass Effect did it, Mass Effect Legendary Edition, but it was 1 through 3. We'll have to see if over the next couple years, if more games do this, not just Sony exclusives, if they choose that name as well, if they choose Director's Cut, or if they stick to, again, Definitive Edition, Collector's Edition. Well, Collector's Edition sometimes is used for pre-orders, right? So I guess Definitive or Game of the Year Edition, right? Those kind of names. We'll have to see if they stick with those names. So again, thought it would be funny. Sorry for the late upload too, by the way. I was at an amusement park/water park. Pretty good overall, maybe like a 6 out of 10. I did want to get you guys a video for today, and here you go. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments below. Make sure, as always, you guys are subscribed, bell icon turned on, leave a like, would definitely help the video out. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you all on tomorrow's video.